what goes up must come down, and what goes down must come back up. It just takes time. I need to have some patience, and it doesn't happen overnight. Just doesn't happen overnight.
You're a segue fucking machine, pal. You know that? You fucking know that? So, word of the week. Patience. I know you want patience, some bitch. You got patience to flex. I could learn a thing or two from you over there, good sir. So, how and you're a human being. You be the first person to say, "Oh, I ain't patient all the time." I know you. I just know you like the damn back of my hand. I've spent 9 months with you every fucking day at this point. But you know what works for you to practice patience so much? What tips, tricks, anything in general? Your thoughts just on patience, and why has practicing patience clearly paid so many dividends for your life?
Yeah, man, patience. It's a hard thing. I think being an entrepreneur and being self-employed has really what's taught me that patience. It takes years to grow a business. It takes years to build something. I've tried to start a dumpster business and it failed. And that was 5 years of my life that I devoted to that thing. Do you know how many hours I devoted to that and didn't get paid for? Uh, I could have had a regular job and probably made, 50, 60K that year instead of, devoting it to, you know, that business. But it's just, yeah, I think that's what it comes down to is from how I grew up and how I've done and did things in my life. And I have another hobby of mine is saltwater fish. I keep a lot of saltwater tanks,
I
and
forgot about that. We used to talk about
yeah,
that all the
yeah.
time. I forgot about that shit.
I come back to that a lot because I reference it to NFTs and even the crypto space, and it takes years to build something good in one of them tanks, um, and it just doesn't happen overnight. And if you want to have that nice reef tank, and these big beautiful fish that you see on TV all over the place, it just doesn't happen overnight. I know they show it on TV, but I can tell you right now, it doesn't work like that. And tons of them tanks end up with many issues, and a lot of fish need to be rehomed from them shows. So, yeah, it's I think just because of that too. I've grew patience. Good things take time, and good things can fall in a few seconds, even as in a few and just a day. I mean, look what happens to some of these NFT projects. They could be looking like a great project, and all of a sudden, boom, the floor just drops out. But why? Because the founder maybe had a spit spat, or maybe some major FUD or whatever is coming up in the project. And a lot of it comes down to is, can the founder answer that question? Is where and he should be answering questions, or they should be answering questions all the time. People are full of questions, and it's okay to answer them, even if you don't quite have the answer. Just say, hey, I don't quite know, but let's work on a possible solution to that answer, and find what we can do. But yeah, it's hard to find patients. It's hard to get them, and you got to practice it. You got to practice it. I think you even talked a little bit this morning about maybe even tricking your mind into some patience, you know, with your fish.
Yep, 100%, 150%. Yeah, I love that thought track. Yeah, if you know, find your fish tank. Shout out to all the Java and Jams crew out there. Alphaminer, loyal listener for sure, and Dr. J out there. So many good points, and where we're gonna segue right after this one before we get into the finish the sentence. So much good stuff there. You talk about being an entrepreneur and just that level of acceptance that this is going to take some damn time. Like you almost have to have delusion that you've already made it long before you even do, or else you're not going to get up and go to work every single day. Like you you
You
think
got
that
to have that dream.
period you think I enjoy this every single fucking day? No. Some days I don't like being on camera. Some days I want to sit in a corner and do nothing, right?
Yep.
I'm a
Yep.
human being. I'd fucking be lying to you. Some days, right before this show goes live, I sit in this fucking chair and I go, fuck everyone. Like, fuck them all. and then I hit the fucking go live, and we're here. And it's a respectfully, with all due respect to everyone, fuck everyone. Like sometimes it is what it is, right? And we're human beings. It's okay to be that, but you got to flex that patience. If you want to build anything worthwhile, if you want to build generational wealth, especially in this space, you have to have patience. And it's not tomorrow. It's not a week of patience. It's not a month of patience and then start because
Goes on forever.
your doggone thumbs start to whittle down because you've been thumbing them together so doggone much that you don't know what else to do, but then just start going and asking everybody all types of questions. Relax. Have some patience. Like another thing I was thinking about when you talked about being an entrepreneur, I'm sure you can agree to this. You can write all the business plans you want. You can have all the pages on a business plan you want. I guarantee you that some bitch gonna change. I guarantee you. And the thing is roadmaps in this space are business plans. And everybody gets to look at the business plan. When's the last time you got to look at Procter & Gamble's business plan? Apple's business plan? Fucking Nissan's business plan? Never, ever. And guess why? You want to know why? Because it always changes. And if they put something out that they can't talk about in their dirty shareholder meetings, when they can't, if they couldn't have those, it would be pandemonium. It would be pandemonium when all this stuff comes out. And it's that perspective. I'm always talking about perspective. And I love seeing over there shaking your head and that we're on the same page. And this segues perfectly into the classic question, the always ask the guest question. Being an entrepreneur, I know you even mentioned your dumpster business and having businesses that failed, having businesses that have succeeded, going after shit and having no idea what the fuck's going on. Like, what am I doing? So, you know what I'm going to ask, but I'm asking anyway. That number one piece of advice for the person just about to take that old leap of faith, shaking in their boots, wondering if they can do it, from somebody who's done that leap clearly multiple times and leaps on a daily basis, as we've unveiled on this show, that it is not one leap, but a series of consistent leaps. So you better get ready for that. What's your number one piece of advice for that person, Alpha?
Be a good person. Do business right. Don't be shady. That's pretty much about it. I've always strided on my work. I've always done the best I ever could, and having employees is hard for me because I know they just don't care about the business like I do. So it's definitely a difficult thing, but just slow down and practice some patience too. That's usually what I do. When I'm a little bit in a rush and in a head breeze of just wondering what to do or how to do it. Just that's it. Hop on the mower, go cut some grass or something. Just stop thinking about everything for a minute, and then it'll come to you. It'll come to you.
100%. I don't remember who was talking today about just being stuck and in the rut, and sometimes the best thing to do is just be still. Sometimes it's just detach from it all, go do something that you enjoy, be still for a little while, stop worrying about all that shit, and then all of a sudden maybe you might just figure out all the answers that you needed.